right, Brett, we're good.
Brett! Wow, what a head ref. Head ref waited for us to go live.
Look at that.
Brett Curtis, just an MVP of Mark.
I love your live voice. It's so great.
My sick voice.
So
I've been
great
sick.
job by
Been sick for a week.
UNC to get quaffle and bludger control on this. Beats out the point chaser. Slowly moving down the pitch. 57 with a lot of jukes on his throws. Throws it across pitch, goes out of bounds.
Not out of bounds. Alex Russell recovers it. Pass to Wilson Brockway. Oh, he's getting wrapped up to Madison Burns. Drops the pass. Back to Wilson Brockway.
No beaters, you have to put it in, and it gets blocked.
And it got blocked.
Here's what you're looking for there.
By number 17. Great block.
That is Maggie Dodson with the quaffle number 96 for Virginia Tech.
So she's been ball carrying a lot of these games. She's a really, really great ball carrier, has some awesome passes. It really puts some big boys in the back of the hoops that she could pass it off to and they could dunk it in. I love the strategy and I love her play. Her name's Maggie. Back to Maggie. Back to
Sean. That is Sean. Number... Don't know his number, but he's a big boy named
He's a big boy and has been doing a lot for VT. Has been doing it all on defense, all on offense. Maggie going back, almost for the reset.
So this game is for a bid.
This game is for a bid.
This is a very important game.
Oh,
Maggie,
Sean drops the pass for Maggie.
It was a great pass by Maggie.
Maggie with the drive and dish, the smallest player on the pitch with the great dive and dish. Her chaser could not handle the pass, though.
And some great beats behind hoops. And it looks like VT...
Still 0-0.
57's really been cleaning up on beater. I say that as he gets beat out.
Madison Burns with the quaffle for UNC, getting wrapped up by Sean. She got beat out by Caleb, number 18, the male beater for Virginia Tech. Quaffle is recovered by Maggie Dodson. UNC with control in a dual male set. Yeah. Chris Chambers and Leo, don't want to butcher his last name, beating for UNC.
So UNC has had bludger control essentially this whole game. They've really been doing a good job.
And they just lost it when you said that.
Yo.
Thank you, David.
That happens a lot. Say something and then immediately switches.
Yeah. the commentator curse.
And the ball goes out of bounds, and no, it doesn't.
I'd like to see him wrapped behind here.
Maggie Dodson still with the quaffle for Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech with control in a mixed set.
I love the diamond setup that they have here. It's a great, she pushes a person off, passes back to Maggie, gets beat out, passes back to number 13 on VT, throws it over the head of his chaser, gets caught by UNC, and then it goes back to keeper ball. Still 0-0.
Score is still 0-0. We're about maybe 3 or 4 minutes into this game.
Yeah. But both of them are playing lockdown defense. They both know that a bid is on the line. Whoever wins this finally gets to go home. It's been a long day.
Good beat by Tech number 5. Ran out of beater.
Great discipline from Chris Chambers, the male beater, not making that pass or throwing that beat, just using the control of the bludger to make the quaffle game back out. A lot of times you'll see a new beater make that throw and then the quaffle carry just dishes off and has a wide open lane to the hoops.
Excuse me.
UNC is back with control.
So UNC still has control. So the beaters have been doing a really, really great job this game.
They're playing pretty much a 2-2 on defense here.
Yeah. UNC does have a defense. I think they call it a box, but it's essentially a
2-2 zone.
2-2.
Got a drive.
Oh!
Shot
And VT
missed.
has an open hoop and then clips it over the top.
Recovered by Sean for VT, and he has a lane to the hoops.
Nice.
No beaters. He passes off to number 13
Good
for the
shot.
goal. First goal of the game. 10-0 Virginia Tech.
Great job by UNC.
You mean Virginia Tech?
Virginia Tech.
And then keep in mind, is UNC lost control right there, so they're going up with one.
True. Virginia Tech now with control.
Virginia Tech. So they scored and they got control back. What a great job by the beaters. over
Wilson Brockway with the quaffle
there. Throws
for
it way over his chaser's head.
UNC recovered by Alex Russell.
And VT maintains bludger control.
UNC uses their reset. And the Virginia Tech beater, number 9, had a great opportunity for a beat and absolutely missed it. The pass is just way off.
But they
recovered by...
it.
Listen, Alex Russell does not realize they still have the ball. Now he does. And then
throws it over the head
another
of his-
throw off pitch. UNC just looks very sloppy. Their passes are not on point at all.
Yeah. The chasers on VT have been doing a really good job, and the beaters on UNC have been doing a really, really good job. UNC back with bludger control. So VT before this had a very, very hard game with George Mason, which they caught within range against Ian on George. Ian?
I have no idea. The George
seeker?
Mason seeker? Yeah,
Yeah.
Ian Meyer.
Yeah. After a couple of catches were called no good by Ian.
Wait,
they
he
are-
was the snitch?
No, he was a seeker and he caught like 3 times and all of them were called.
I thought.
And then VT was
I thought
able
you
to catch
said
at the
that,
end.
that they were called no good by the seeker.
Sorry. So VT just is off a very hard game win
Yeah.
and they are hungry for this bid.
UNC off losing out of range to Richmond, I
Beat by
think.
9. They got
Ooh,
9.
great beat by number 9.
No beater situation for Virginia Tech.
Shoots
Shoots, and it was good. 20-0 Virginia Tech.
That's their best look right there. Is to get it behind once the beaters like play. 17's been playing behind the hoops all day, all game.
And Virginia Tech with bludger control. So they score the ball and they got bludger control. That was an awesome play by VT. And they're up by 20.
The way UNC's box works, he's gonna be open every time. Just gotta make sure they. clear
Who's
the lane
he?
for him.
Yeah,
Say
not all 2-2 zones are created equal.
Yeah, I would very much agree. There are a lot being played right now.
Ooh, that was
Great
a very-
hustle play from Jacob Dowler, the keeper for UNC. Number
And
78.
no bludger situation. 78 up the pitch, trying to fast break, passes it off, easy throw through the hoops.
That's number 13's second goal of the game. Makes it 30-0 Virginia Tech.
Yep. Where'd my thing go? Where'd my? Is that my mic? Yeah, your radio.
So let's look at what defense Tech is playing here.
I'm joined here with Ben Phillips and Carly Kleppen
From UVA.
from UVA. Jason Nagurney was here, but he went. He had something else to do, I guess.
We're getting ready for our game against Littleton. So I think it's been moved back to 3 o'clock.
Fast break for Sean, number 78 again. Oh, a great strip over to Maggie. Maggie with the goal makes it 40-0 Virginia Tech.
Tech has really improved on their passing. Almost every goal they've had is, it's been a drive and then a dish. Very impressive.
So you have me for like 5 minutes before I have to go ref the other pitch.
This way, dude. That pitch?
That pitch. They're taking off youth Quidditch and they're trying to get back on track because we're behind. There's like a schedule behind
Yeah, okay.
because Penn State already beat someone for their bid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the score is 40-0.
Oh, right through the hands of Anastasia for UNC. She dives to recover it, but gets beat.
Great job by their defense. Their chaser defense has been locking down and UNC has been able to do nothing with that quaffle.
UNC has Leo and Grace Weideman beating. Chasing for UNC are Sam Nielsen, M.Y., Anastasia, and the keeper is Jacob Dowler.
So VT with bludger control. Number 9, who's been an all-star for VT all day and yesterday. Clears it out. Number 9.
Another no-beat situation.
Number 78.
78 with the goal. Virginia Tech has been racking up the goals the last minute. 5-0 Virginia Tech. Possible timeout coming. Timeout UNC.
And Virginia Tech's number 6.
So during this timeout, I just want Carly to give me a recap of what she's seen during this game.
During this game, though?
Yeah,
Just
during this
2
game.
minutes ago?
Yeah, what do you think about these teams? And there you have it, folks. That's
You want my opinion?
yeah. Okay, Ben, let's get your opinion.
All right, as a UVA player, I really like what UNC is trying to do.
Okay.
Really trying to pass it, really distribute it. But I think they've got a year or two until they really get there. You know,
Yeah.
I think they're coached very well. I think they have the right idea on offense and defense. They just need to execute.
Okay, yeah.
But I like the idea.
Their passes
I like
are
the
a little
passes.
off. Yeah,
But I like that they're going for it. You know,
I understand that. I
the only way
understand
to
that
play footy, if
perspective.
you're not passing, you're not playing footy.
They've got to get their passes down.
Yes, I love it.
I like a team that can pass and catch.
I'm a fan of UNC.
They're on the record because they're currently playing right now.
You heard it all on record.
How's UVA looking? Where are they now?
They're in the semifinal playing Richmond, so they'll probably be in the final against Maryland
Fun. Exciting.
for the third year in a row. Every year since the split.
So 78 has been somehow engaged in almost every single quaffle point, whether it's either putting the ball actually through the hoops or it being that last pass to get it in the hoops. He's been really doing a great job.
He definitely is a larger chaser than anyone that UNC puts on the pitch.
Agreed.
Oh,
That is
and
probably
and 78 Sean, I think his name is Sean Maroney or Maroney.
Is that his name? Sean?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. With the interception.
Yeah, he's a large man. Yeah, and it's scary. I've been on the other side. I've been a point chaser against big men, and sometimes you don't want to make that hit. Sometimes you don't want to make that. It's not easy. Ooh, great beat by number 18.
That's Caleb.
And he got back bludger control, beats them out. There's no bludgers on the pitch for UNC, and gets it through the hoop.
Goal is good by number 16.
Goal is 100% good by every means. It went through. David Littleton is on the side holding up his arms to signify it's a good goal, but the referees are going to ignore him because that's what they're supposed to do. He looks a little bit silly, and VT is very appreciative that he's holding his arms up because they also want this goal to be good. But again, they're ignoring him because they would be fired.
There's no bias. It just went through.
We're not obviously not a great team, but I don't like.
Is that...
Yeah, goal was called good. Wow, good job, Brett Curtis, the head ref. What a guy.
So now it is 60-0 VT to UNC. Their VT's kind of taking away this game a little bit.
They absolutely are.
I don't know Mark history very well. Has UNC been a historically great team?
They were 3 or 4 years ago. It's been a while for them though.
What happened?
They had a lot of players graduate.
Yes, that seems to
And-
be the case in colleges a lot.
And they didn't recruit in a way that replaced those players.
Because I usually think of like the great Quidditch teams as being the ones with huge football programs. So University of Maryland, Texas, UT Austin, all those great big football teams. So I'm surprised when UNC isn't one of the top 3 contenders in Mark. Mark? Mid-Atlantic? Yeah, Mark.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is possible 2-arm wrap on Caleb Van Buren.
and that's
for
going to be a
Virginia Tech.
quaffle turnover because a bludger would have affected play.
Completely unnecessary card there.
As in, like, he shouldn't have given a
As
card?
in Caleb Van Buren did not even gain an advantage by committing that foul.
I'm sorry, Caleb. But honestly, the chasers on VT have been dominating. They really have their stuff together, and their passes are fluid, and their goals are sinking.
Highlighted by Sean Maroney.
And they would have scored on that play without that.
Maggie Dotson, and then number 13 and number 16.
Yeah, whatever their names are. Where's the sheet?
Our rosters are not here.
70 gets beat. UNC on the fast break. They're running up the pitch.
Looking for their
no
first goal of the game. We'll see if they make a pass on their fast break.
No
they do
pressure.
not.
Oh!
And he shoots off the ground and it goes in.
What a crazy shot from the ground. Gets it through the middle hoop.
That is UNC's first goal. What a goal.
I don't even think he was looking at the hoop. I think he just chucked it and it went in. Oh, my God.
That is Jacob Dowler, the keeper, number 8 for UNC. 60-10.
That was a crazy shot.
It was wild.
Too emotional for live stream.
Oh, and the UNC Beaters beat out Virginia Tech. Should be looking to get aggressive here. UNC has control. No VT Beaters in the play.
Passing it back and forth, making the beaters
They're
run.
not really getting over too aggressive, and then
Beats
they
out
give up
17.
control.
Just great job by VT. Everything there was awesome. Yeah, still good.
We have a player injury for UNC.
Yeah, I don't know if they needed to stop play at that point. They it seemed like Maggie was going to score on that.
Yeah, Maggie!
Yeah, they could have let it go off for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Also, Caleb Van Buren ran way after the whistle to give me that injury.
So it's going to be an injury sub for number 99 Chaser, right? And it's going to be a foul on the play, and it's going to be quaffle turnover.
Is it?
Yeah, UNC number 4 has the ball.
Oh, they gave. Oh. Yeah, there's a card on Sean Maroney, it looks like. Quaffle turnover.
Yeah, Maggie! Yeah, Maggie!
So did they explain why there was a quaffle turnover?
It looks like a card on 78.
Got it.
Sean Maroney.
Got it. Is that his first yellow?
I believe so.
I feel like he's gotten a yellow almost every single game he's played. From my experience watching.
Great aggressive beating from Caleb Van Buren, number 18. She was beat.
Clearly beat. And then 16 gets beat. Should have probably passed it around. Maybe not have done a fast break. There's a beater right there. Everyone keeps getting beat. We don't know what happened there.
That Anastasia, the female beater for UNC, threw the ball back to her chaser after a beat.
Got it.
Automatic turnover.
Got it. And Maggie,
good call
going
from
up
the head
pitch.
ref.
Maggie moving up the pitch with the ball. She's been really doing a great job as a ball carrier for this team.
UNC unable to capitalize on the power play they had there. And now they're going to get their chaser back in just a couple seconds. And he's back.
Taking a bite out of a tree. I think you
So they're beating out almost all the point chasers on the pitch, essentially just tiring them out. Pass behind hoops. He has open play, gets his hand through the hoops.
A
Great
goal by
job.
number 25 on Virginia Tech makes it 70-10.
Just an unbelievable job by
Virginia
VT's
Tech
chasers
well
and
on their
beaters.
way to getting a bid to nationals.
Yeah.
Madison Burns with the quaffle for UNC. Behind her beater, Brian De La Cruz. She's got
So
Alex Russell on her left and Wilson Brockway on her right. She drives. We see a pass way behind to nobody.
that's clearly
Now Wilson
engagement from
Brockway
behind.
has two guys on him, but there is going to be a penalty from behind.
Yeah,
and
clearly
now
penalty from behind.
There will be a card on,
VT
looks
did
like
not
number
need to do that.
16 or number 1. I
He was in the corner. He did not need to make
I think
that
it was
hit.
16.
So I've been seeing some here that I've never really seen in the Northeast before, where you're putting the non-male as the ball carrier and then having your big guys on your wing. Is this a marked strategy that I'm just not aware of?
No, I wouldn't say it's like neither UVA or UMD use that, nor do Penn State or JMU use that. It's really just these two teams.
Okay.
And they happen to be facing each other right now.
Okay.
But I mean, what it does is normally the female chaser is left unguarded.
Yes.
But when you have the female chaser playing point, you leave, they have to leave a male. If they're playing man, they have to leave a male unguarded.
Yes. Good job. VT at this point should just be wasting time. There's no point of racking up the score. It's bracket play. They're not going to benefit from beating them by 100 versus beating them by 50. So just waste as much time as they possibly can until Snitch is on pitch, and then dedicate some time to that.
Oh.
A great wrap by 37. She got beat up before she could finish it.
That is Madison Burns.
Madison Burns. I really don't know anyone's names.
I know.
Ooh, and a harsh face beat to UNC's beater. That looked like it hurt.
Tough pass. Number 1 can't handle it. Recovered by Wilson Brockway, keeper for UNC.
Yeah, good for number 11. That got smacked right in the face.
You say Virginia Tech doesn't need to run with the score, but 3 goals and it's in range for UNC.
So is that what you would think they should do? If you were their coach right now, what would you say?
Virginia Tech's coach?
Yes.
I would tell him to keep going.
Okay.
I would tell him to keep scoring. Don't let up your game.
I guess as someone from...
Oh, what a spectacular double beat both on a beater with the bludger and the quaffle carrier. Maggie Dodson drives down the pitch, passes to number 16 for the goal. What an incredible beat by number 9 on Virginia Tech.
Yeah. He's really been an all-star for this team, number 9.
The double beat on the quaffle carrier and the UNC beater holding a bludger.
Gave a no-bludger situation. They're easily able to run up the pitch and score.
And that's what you want your team to be able to do. You never, if your team is capable of what we just saw, you never want to tell them to stop doing that.
Oh, great score.
And the goal behind by Adeline on UNC for their second goal makes it 80-20.
That's why you never give up on a play. You always have someone behind there to pick up any loose balls and throw them right back in. My coach would be proud of that one. My coach being Christian Barnes.
So, you being from the Northeast, watching these teams, which teams in the Northeast would you equate to these two teams, respectively?
Sure. So VT and UNC?
Yes.
So I would say VT is very similar to BU. So they have some really great players. They are a very good team, but they're never going to be in the championship bracket, at least this year or last year.
I buy that.
Yeah.
I absolutely buy that.
BU's a great team. Every single year, they always get a bid at the regionals, but it never seems like they're able to get themselves an opportunity to actually win the championship. UNC is a harder one. I don't know. I would say UNC is pretty similar to us at Macaulay. So I play for Macaulay Quidditch. They're a very good team, but sometimes you just are able to win some games and not put some of the pieces together to get it to the end.
Great beat by Brian De La Cruz, but Maggie Dodson gets the quaffle away just in time. He almost snuck up on her and got that free beat off. But now, Virginia Tech almost got a goal while the UNC beater was off beating an off-ball chaser, but the chaser defense with the wrap slowed up the drive by Virginia Tech just enough to let Brian and
Good
the
job.
bludger get back in the play.
That's more my attitude of really slowing down the game when you're up by 6. Letting your beaters just stay on there. Because when they're on offense, you really don't need the beaters there. On defense, they're probably going to pull them back, and the seeker's not going to have as much time.
So our semifinal matchups coming up. What do you think about those? Great catch from Chris Chambers gives UNC bludger control,
Great beats.
and they lose it just like that.
And UNC's secret. Oh,
But they have no beats.
Okay.
They have Wilson Brockway is on the break with no.
Oh,
great
what a
tackle!
great
from number
tackle!
13.
Oh,
No
that would
goal.
have been such
No
a good
goal.
shot.
What a tackle by number 13 on Wilson Brockway.
So who's in the semifinals?
The semifinals are Maryland versus James Madison.
Yeah.
And then UVA versus Richmond.
Yeah, so I know I've watched a lot of UVA's games, I've watched a lot of UMD's games, and it seems like they're clearly in the top. But honestly, UMD I think is above and beyond better than UVA. I think it's what's gonna end up happening last year.
What's up?
What's on the camera for this?
You mean can I
It's
see
a live
him?
stream.
What?
Somebody go on the live stream and back it up.
Could someone on the live stream comment what they think happened?
What?
Because he's kind of hurt. There's one person watching,
Yeah.
and I'm guessing it's
It's us. No.
yeah. But I think it's going to be UMD and UVA in the final, just like it was last year, and then UMD is going to take it away. Pretty
In range,
easily.
out of range.
I think it's going to be out of range.
Okay, sandwich bet. Let's go.
You think it's going to be in range?
It's going to be at least in range.
I'll do a sandwich bet.
If not UVA out of range.
All right, let's go.
Otherwise, I'm going to go back and pull the Penn State.
The bet is that it will not be Maryland out of range.
When they catch it.
Well, out of range.
I don't like this
So
bet.
4+ points.
They have to beat them by 4+ points.
4+ quaffle points.
4+ quaffle points. I think UMD is going to win by 4+ quaffle points.
Sandwich bet. All right.
Sandwich bet.
All right.
I feel like sandwiches are cheap in the South. In New York City, it's very expensive.
Well, I want. What do you get at the delis? The what's that? Pastrami.
Pastrami?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what's it called? Like a rye? Like
Yeah. Give me one of those.
Sure.
Just send it next day mail.
You really should get a bagel sandwich. That's the best in New York City.
Okay.
There's nothing to compare them to.
80-20. So earlier in the day, UNC's wins, they've been able to mount massive comebacks during snitch on pitch. So we'll see if they're able to do that here. MY with the steal for UNC goes out of bounds though, and it'll be Virginia Tech quaffle.
Ooh. So I don't know too much about Richmond Quidditch, who's the other one in the quarterfinals, and James Madison. I haven't really been able to see their games. How have they been playing?
James Madison is...
Everything is on camera, by the way.
Everything, I mean, they're good, but they are, overly physical. They had, I think 10 cards in their game because they just throw their bodies in reckless ways at the pitch. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, but that's just a team that you hate playing against.
Absolutely.
It's unnecessary. Great job by the defensive seeker. You pushing him out. Yeah, maybe pushing him out a little bit too far.
Make sure that ball further reach your hand. Beat Blue Beater.
And VT has had almost the entire game being able to go up against a snitch so much time. You want to look at quaffle, I'll look at snitch? Or
Anastasia running on the break. Caleb Van Buren just preventing any goal. The beater, number 18 for Virginia Tech.
that was cute. I love Quidditch. I really love Quidditch. That's the only that would only ever happen in Quidditch.
Number 9.
Off broom. So VT has had 3 or 4 different seekers come in. They're really having fresh legs at all times. I imagine going 100% each time. So that's a very fun Macaulay strategy, is that we have 4 or 5 different seekers, and they're all pretty good, and they only go for 2 or 3 runs.
Goal for Virginia Tech. Right now, we're just seeing, honestly, domination from the Virginia Tech beaters.
Yeah. The score is
They just-
90-20.
Number 9 just cleared the lane for his chaser by going up to UNC's number 9 and just easily beating him from behind when he's not paying attention. Clearing out the lane for his chasers. Just
Copy, thank you.
Great job.
really
by the defensive
outsmarting
seeker.
the UNC beaters.
Penn State 1.
Yeah. So does Mark not use the turnaround strategy? where like you face your back as a defensive seeker so they can't push you?
NC State won the game, so it's very long.
I don't like that strategy.
Okay. That's a favorite of
Oh,
great
goal for
shot
number
by
13.
VT, and it goes straight in.
Because half the time,
that was definitely in.
half the time the chaser that turns their back to them initiates the contact, and the refs don't know how to call it.
And then, does anybody know?
David, could you give a little
on
goal? Tell the refs, try to bias them a little bit.
Brett.
Awesome. Do we know what teams will be?
It clearly went in. We have it on live stream.
One will be JMU versus UNC.
We have it on live stream. It went.
Thank you, David. Yes. Sorry.
And they called it good.
I really think it was David
They
Littleton.
keep listening to me. It's amazing. He didn't even look at me, actually.
It's your clout, David. They really respect you.
Well, he and I played on the same team, so he better.
So that's going to be a grounds for bias over here. I love this defensive secret.
Well,
by the way.
biased, except for I was calling a goal good for Virginia Tech when I used to play on UNC as well. So
Did you really play for UNC also?
Yeah.
And now you play for UVA?
I used to play for UVA.
What happened? What was the...
I graduated from the schools, and I don't go there anymore.
And you went to graduate school or something?
At UVA, yeah.
Nice. Was it because of the Quidditch team?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm going to graduate school at University of Rochester, so...
Okay, well, defending sort of national champions.
Well,
not defending, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
Recent.
Well, they've fallen off a little bit. This region...
Quite a bit.
They only had 9 players for their roster.
They actually didn't look bad.
What?
They didn't look terrible.
Well, they beat us.
All things considered. Well, there you go.
I was very upset. They beat us in overtime by 1 quaffle point, and it ran out of time.
MY recovers the quaffle for UNC on the break, drives past Maggie Dotson, blocks the bludger,
What a great
but the quaffle flies out of his hand, recovered by number 16 for Virginia Tech.
Yeah. VT has had a lot of time on
100 to
this
30.
bench, and they really have not been able to take advantage of it. But this defensive seeker is awesome. Number 5, Beaver. I hope that's his actual name.
I'm not sure.
He's really able to push on these really heavy guys. For someone that doesn't look like he's about half the weight. Wow. He just got double beat. But they're really tiring out this snitch. Like, he has been playing for a very long time, and VT has had absolute control over the snitch game. I want them to cash. I'm
So the
surprised.
score is 100 to 30. Virginia Tech. Winner of this game gets a bid to nationals.
And the loser goes to quaternary. Quaternary?
Quaternary, yeah.
Quaternary. I'm going to call it quaternary. So how many more games does a team have to win? So let's say someone lost this game.
I think the loser of this game has to win. It's at least 2, maybe 3 games. We've gone through quite a few digressions as this gameplay is somewhat repetitive. Virginia Tech sort of dominating and then scoring, and UNC not scoring. I know. Really deep insights there. UNC with control. Wilson Brockway, the keeper, with the quaffle. On his right is Madison Burns. On his left is Alex. And he gets tackled by 16, but he's being protected by his dual male beaters with control. Virginia Tech's beater is also on defense, allowing the UNC Seeker to defend. Shot is no good from Anastasia. Madison Burns drives and is tackled. Wilson Brockway picks it up. Shot is no good, and it will roll off hard. Possible card being called. So the card is on number 16 for Virginia Tech. I think neck contact was the call. So Madison Burns, number 87, will be right in front of the hoop. Only Maggie Dotson for Virginia Tech in her way. Perhaps the two smallest people on the pitch will go head-to-head here. And Madison Burns scores for UNC. The score is 100-40, Virginia Tech. I think we are past the first handicap. Thank you. Jake Beaver was the seeker, and now it is Shaw, number 18. Caleb Van Buren, the beater for the typical beater, for Virginia Tech, now seeking. Oh, a missed beat from UNC's beaters gives Maggie Dodson the wide open dunk, assisted by number 25 on Virginia Tech, 110-40.
Let's go, Caleb! Short fight now. You want it, Caleb! Out the stick! Oh, yeah. That's the option.
We are at the second handicap on the snitch. A 110-40 is the score. UNC seeker now going for the catch. Oh, his hand was on it, but he did not make the grab. UNC seekers have been good today when the games have been in range, when they go for the snitch. And he catches. That, if that is good, the final score will be 110 Virginia Tech to 70 with the catch, UNC. Referees are deliberating.
UNC catch is good.
Catch is good. The final score, once again, is 110 Virginia Tech to 70 with the catch, UNC.